Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The Game Changer is back. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody that is listening in to this, you guys. I am indeed Nate the Effing Great, and it is time again to do another day of booking here. We are on day 9, which means 3 episodes left until the series is over for this year. So, this episode I'll be talking about how I would book the Broken Brilliance, Broken Matt Hardy, and specifically his opponent setting up Bray Wyatt. So obviously, if you haven't really caught up to what's been going on as of late on Raw, we've seen a lot of different promos, different deals between Broken Matt and Bray Wyatt, and unfortunately, it's starting to fall flat real fast because obviously McMahon only likes the Matt Hardy laugh of the, yes, I cannot do it as well as he did, but at least it's worth a shot. So, what's really falling flat about this is that it doesn't really capture what Matt Hardy brought as the broken Matt Hardy gimmick really had. And this Woken gimmick is just not really doing too much right now. So, here's what I would do first of all. On the build-up to Royal Rumble, I would have the first Raw of the new year feature Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt, one-on-one, and the thing is, Bray Wyatt actually goes over, and Bray actually starts getting a little bit into the elusive mind games that he used to do. He talks about how, Matt, you think that your fans, your Woken Warriors, are going to save you, that they are going to help you reach the promised land, man. You have to remember that you can't just wait. You can't rely on others. Sometimes you just have to rely on yourself. But I can show you the way. I can take you to that promised land. Basically, just being the cryptic Bray Wyatt that he was before. And of course, a lot of people are not going to like the fact that in this first meeting, Bray beats Matt Hardy, but there's a reason to it. So building up, Matt is kind of actually taking these words under advisement. He's still kind of conflicted there. He's of course doing his gimmick where he's just saying like, do I go with the one who follows the buzzards, or do I go with my Woken Warriors? Really just stressing upon that. And time again, he sticks with the fans. He sticks with the Woken Warriors. And this builds up to a confrontation between the two of them at Royal Rumble. Bray Wyatt would come out first, and he actually has an impressive showing between him, and follow that up with Matt Hardy coming out. And what these two have is a stare-off in which the two of them actually try and one-up each other. Bray Wyatt hits a Sister Abigail to say, Mojo Rawley, and he throws him out. And then we see Broken Matt Hardy hit Jason Jordan with the Twist of Fate, throw him out. So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, anything you can do, I can do better. Eventually, both of them get eliminated by, we'll say, Roman Reigns, just because he's one of those guys that definitely could probably use the heat for the time being, but whatever. And again, we're just seeing the mind games of Bray Wyatt again, just saying that he can lead you. I can lead you, man. I can lead you to the promised land. And this sets up for a series of qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber, in which Matt Hardy actually wins his, and during his match, Bray Wyatt comes very close to losing. Referee gets knocked down. Matt Hardy comes out, and we see the stare down between the two of them. But Matt, he hits the Twist of Fate on Bray's opponent, and he kind of gives him that look of, if anybody's going to eliminate you from this championship scene, it's going to be me. Not whoever, he's facing off. We'll say, again, Jason Jordan. And Bray Wyatt qualifies for the chamber as well. We reach Elimination Chamber, and we see, again, both Matt and Bray, the two of them are, kind of looking at each other. They've not taken their eyes off of each other during the matchup. Matt Hardy gets out first. He has a very impressive showing, but every single time he pulls up a move, and he just looks over at Bray Wyatt, just not taking his eyes off. He's just like, he hits a side effect. He looks over at Bray, just not taking his eyes off, continues to do this. Bray finally gets into the matchup, and Bray and Matt again have that stare down. We're removing all this ridiculousness, all of these, laughing fits and stuff like that. We're just letting these two guys, really just build up that friction between the two of them until they are both eliminated by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman hits the running power slam to Matt Hardy. Then Braun Strowman hits the running power slam to Bray Wyatt. Both of them are eliminated from the Chamber matchup. The following night, Bray Wyatt, he's not concerned with Matt. He's actually concerned with Braun. He's saying, I took you into this world, man. I brought you in to the WWE. I should probably lay off before I butcher him. He's basically saying, I made you who you are. I brought you into the WWE, and this is how you treat me. You eliminate me from the Chamber. You should have been helping me. And that's what you need, is help. So I want you to come back into my good graces and to be one who follows the buzzer. Braun Strowman, of course, just saying, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. He starts just beating the hell out of Bray Wyatt. Broken Matt comes out, and for those of you that are going to be giving me a hard time about this, I'm going to continue to say Broken Matt. I'm not really going to be going into this whole, awoken Matt. I'm staying with Broken Matt. If they want to copyright that, then fine. I don't care. So Broken Matt comes out, and it seems like he's going to attack Bray Wyatt, but he actually assaults Braun Strowman. And this is where we finally see basically almost like just this angel selling his soul to the devil. Matt Hardy has turned his back and has joined with Bray Wyatt. They beat down on Braun Strowman, and I know it seems a little unlikely, but with the two of them, they can actually form a formidable team. So we're building up a rivalry between Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman already is a major, huge, big deal. So we build that up, and we actually also start having these deals where they have the backstage segments between, Broken Matt and Bray Wyatt, where the two of them just basically are prepping each other up for their matches. And for the match at WrestleMania, which would be Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt taking on Braun Strowman. And the stipulation being that if Braun Strowman loses to Matt and Bray at WrestleMania, then he will be forced to join the Broken family, the Awoken family. So, building up, again, Braun Strowman is just destroying everybody, sending a message to Matt and to Bray, building up some of that momentum. And same thing going for Bray and Matt. They are actually having great tag team matches. They face off against, guys like The Club. They face off against guys like, let's see, who are some other tag teams? They even have a tag team victory, I should say, over Cesaro and Sheamus. So they are building so much momentum here. And the final Raw before WrestleMania, we see Braun Strowman getting that final deal where it seems like Braun Strowman's going to get the advantage. He sends both Matt and Bray through the announce table. Seems like nothing can destroy Braun. So, we reach the matchup. Broken Matt and Bray Wyatt taking on Braun Strowman in a handicap matchup. And it is a great matchup between these three individuals. I mean, Matt hits a twist of fate. Braun Strowman gets out. We see Braun Strowman hit the running power slam to Bray Wyatt. Matt Hardy breaks it up. Bray Wyatt goes for the Sister Abigail, but Braun counters into a power slam. Matt Hardy gets involved. We see a very unique situation in which Matt Hardy gets picked up for another running power slam, but his legs hit the referee. Referee gets knocked down. Braun hits the power slam, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Referee's not there to make the count. And it seems like everything is just going to go completely out of chaos. When all of a sudden, we see the returning Jeff Hardy coming into the fray. And Jeff, he comes in and bam, missile drop kicks Braun Strowman, taking him down. We see Jeff Hardy has returned and he has joined the... And Matt is just slowly getting up, and he just has that big smile on his face. And we see Jeff Hardy have that grin on his face as well. And even if they bring back the whole Brother Nero, face paint, or the way that he looked, it would be really amazing to do that, because then it symbolizes, hey, we're getting Broken Matt and Brother Nero in this deal. And you can definitely have him turn into Brother Nero the following night on Raw. But let's get back to the WrestleMania matchup. We see Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, and Jeff Hardy, while the referee's still down, beating the hell out of Braun Strowman. Matt hits the Twist of Fate on Braun Strowman. Brother Nero hits the Swanton Bomb on Braun Strowman. And then finally, as the final nail in the coffin, Bray Wyatt picks up Braun. And for this, I would have Braun still on his knees, because obviously it's going to seem a little weird if he's like fully standing. He's kind of like fully standing and doing the whole Sister Abigail deal. Just make it so where, it's still impactful, but he's not just looking kind of ridiculous. So Braun's on his knees and eats a Sister Abigail from Bray Wyatt. And it also kind of adds a little more realism to it, I should say that. Referee gets thrown back into the ring by Brother Nero. Referee comes to. Bray covers Braun. 1, 2, 3. Braun Strowman will have to join the Broken family. Following that on Raw, we see Braun Strowman just not very pleased, but as weeks come by, he's actually slowly getting brainwashed into who he was beforehand, and that's going to get people more over, because I think that with Braun, he's still got the wrestling mentality, but the thing is that he's just not that kind of guy that you would think would be amazing on the microphone. So definitely we would have Bray and Matt as the mouthpieces here, and Brother Nero and Braun Strowman, they're kind of like the heavy-duty guys. And just imagine this for a minute, if you will. Having the Broken Hardys becoming the Raw Tag Team Champions. Braun Strowman continues his monstrous streak. He destroys everything, and he eventually becomes the Intercontinental Champion. And then, just before SummerSlam, we see Bray Wyatt winning the Universal title from Roman Reigns. We have that beautiful sight where we have the Broken Universe and the Wyatt family basically just completely covered in gold going into SummerSlam. And we would also be building up something really good for SummerSlam, because who would their opponents be? The newly formed Bullet Club. Balor, Gallows, Anderson. Because Raw really could use a couple of factions on their deal. They have so many stars in there that if you start having them really become faction-based, if you can have like a couple factions here and there, you'll not only give a lot of your superstars more screen time, but you're also going to just slowly start building up each and every one of these stars into something that they need to become. And that is indeed the superstars that WWE has turned them out to be. And the fact is, it's been a while since there's been a really good faction in WWE. Now just imagine having, WWE's version of the Bullet Club, and then having the Wyatt family mixed in with the Broken Hardys. That just says money right there. And if you build it up right, you have that matchup at SummerSlam, you're going to be building up to something that's going to be serious coin. If that's the only matchup that people are going to go see, then let them do it. And you could still have the crazy antics that the Broken Hardys bring in, and you could still have the crazy antics that the Wyatt family can bring in. You could still do that. And eventually I would have the breakup happen at the December show. I'm guessing it's the SmackDown show. No, it wouldn't be like the SmackDown show. But anyway, you get what I mean. So in December, this is where we finally see basically the two teams break off. We see Braun and Bray go their own way. We see the Broken Hardys go their own way as well. And we build up to a matchup at the Royal Rumble. We see Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy for the Universal title. And honestly, you guys, I think that would be an absolutely amazing matchup to have on the road to WrestleMania. So that is how I would book the Broken Brilliance as well as the Wyatt family. I think that it would really help out. It will introduce, Broken Brother Nero into the deal. We see a dream pairing between Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. And then you also have Braun Strowman working with somebody who can actually talk for him. And even for Braun, all he needs to do is just say like one-word deals, and he's golden, where he can either say run or destroy or I'll break you. Just having that scary mentality where he is the true monster among men. Not one of those things that people can just say like, oh, he's the monster among men, but we'll cheer for him. But more of those things like, oh God, it's the monster among men, and we're absolutely petrified by him. Because there was a time where if I heard Braun Strowman's music, I would get goosebumps. I really want that to be relived again. And to have Braun under Bray's, tutelage, again, I think that would really bring out the true monster within Braun. So that is how I would book it again. So thank you guys so much for joining me here. Of course, you can give us a follow on Twitter at RealFNGame, and be sure to give us a like on the Facebook fan page, facebook.com/changing up the game. So with that being said, tomorrow be sure to tune in as I will be discussing my top 10 favorite movies of 2017. So for the Game Changer, I am Nate the Effing Great. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!